Chapter 3 The Wish. The little mermaid went to look for the wish. She swam to a very dark place. She thought, this is a very scary place, but it must go. She continued to swim. She saw many whirlpools. She had to be careful. A whirlpool could suck her into its middle. After some time, she saw the wish house. It was made from many dead sailor bones. The sea princess felt very afraid. She almost slept. Then she thought, the prince and my soul, I must not be afraid. She swam toward the house. She even saw a young mermaid lying dead. This shocked the little mermaid very much. Again, the little mermaid wanted to leave. But the witch came out of the door and said, don't go, I know why you came. The little mermaid followed the witch into the bone house. You are a stupid girl. Your family will be very sad. But I will give you a wish, said the witch. I will give you something to drink. You must take it with you. Tomorrow morning, before sunrise, you must swim to land, sit down on the beach, then drink the medicine. Your tail will disappear. You will grow 2 legs, but it will be very painful. It will be like knife in your legs and feet. But you will move beautifully. You will dance so well. Can you bear the pain? The mermaid said to the witch, I can't do it. The witch looked at her carefully. Are you sure? She asked. You can never become a mermaid again. You can never swim with your sisters. You can never see your father or grandmother again. The prince must marry you. Then you can have a soul. But you will die when he marries another girl. Are you sure? The little mermaid said, yes, I will do it. But she was so scared. Then you must pay me, said the witch. I want your voice. You won't need it. The prince will love your beauty. My voice! Then how can I speak? The mermaid asked. That is my prince, snapped the witch. You are beautiful. I speak for you. I will do it, said the mermaid. The witch started to make the medicine. She used many awful things in the medicine. She put in a fish stomach. Then she put in crab's eyes. Next, she put in squid brains. The medicine boy, it smelled terrible. This is medicine, she said. You must give me your tongue. The princess stuck out her tongue. The witch cut it off. It was very painful. She tried to speak, but could not make any words. The witch spoke to her again. Tomorrow morning, before sunrise, do as I said. Then you will get beautiful feet. The princess wants to see. I will do that. But she couldn't speak, so she only nodded her head, and she left the witch house. She quickly went back home. Everyone was sleeping. She wanted to go and speak to her sisters, but she could not say one word. Now she left great sorrow. She wanted to cry. Instead, she went to the flower gardens. She took flowers from her sister's garden. She wanted a memory of her sister at her home. Then she left. The sea princess swam toward the water. The morning was coming. She could see everything clearly. She swam close to the prince's place. She reached the bed and lay down there. Then she drank the medicine. Suddenly she felt very sick. It was like a knife in her body. She fell down in a sand. Chapter 4 Her New World. In the morning, the little mermaid woke up and looked at her body. Her tail was gone. Now she had 2 legs and 2 feet. Then she saw a shadow. She looked up. The prince was standing over her and staring at her face. The prince asked her, "Who are you? Where are you from?" But she could not speak, so she just looked deeply into his eyes. At that moment, the prince had very strong feelings for her. The prince said, "You must come inside. You must be very cold." She stood up. She felt very strong pains in her leg and feet, but she enjoyed the pain. The prince took her inside the palace and also gave her a beautiful dress. She was the most beautiful girl. A few days later, there was a singing contest. So many beautiful women came to sing. They all sang so well. This time was very difficult for a princess. She thought, "I want to sing for the prince. My voice is more beautiful." But later, there was dancing now. The mermaid could dance for the prince. She danced so beautifully. Her hands expressed so much. Her eyes expressed evermore. Everyone clapped and shouted, "Beautiful, beautiful!" The princess couldn't stop watching her. After the party, she was away with the prince. She rode with him on a horse. They rode through fresh forest together. They walked beside the calm ocean. They were away together, but it was always painful for her. Her feet often bled. She always tried to endure the pain. Sometimes at night she went to the ocean. She put her feet in the sea. It always felt so good. At those times she thought of her family. She thought, "I hope they are happy. I hope they are well. I hope they understand me." One night, the little mermaid went to the sea. She put her feet in the cool water. Suddenly, she saw her sister. "Sister!" she called out, but she couldn't make any sound. So she waved at them to get their attention. Finally, they turned and saw her. "You are not dead," the sister said. "We look and look for you. We cry so much for you. We are so happy to see you." "I am so happy to see you too," the little mermaid wanted to say. Every night, they went to see each other. The mermaid fell in love with the prince. The prince also loved the mermaid. But it was different. He loved her like a sister. He did not think of her like a wife. This bothered her very much. The prince told her a story. Once I was a ship. There was a storm. The ship turned over into the sea. The waves threw me on a beach. A young girl found me on the beach. She saved my life. I love only her, but you look like her. Maybe she sent you to me. The little mermaid felt very sad. "I saved you, but you don't know," she thought. In Chapter 5, some terrible news. A short time later, she heard some news. The prince planned to marry a king's daughter. "I must go to meet the king's daughter," she said to the mermaid. She felt very sad about this. "My parents want me to go. I do not want to marry her," he said. This made her very happy. "Will you come with me? I want you to sail on the ship with me," he asked. At night, she sat on the deck of the ship. She looked out into the ocean. Suddenly, her sister appeared. They swam close to the ship, but they saw a boy on the deck. The sister swam deep under the water. The little mermaid was so disappointed. Yet, she was happy. She could see her prince every day. The boat reached a beautiful town. The king's daughter lived in this town. Many people came to the ship and welcomed the prince. There was a festival day in the town. All day the king's daughter did not appear, but that night she came. The prince saw her face. He knew her face. You, he cried out, it was you. You saved my life. The prince looked at the little mermaid. He said, oh, I am so happy now. Everything is perfect. I love this woman so much, and you are beside me. My life is complete. The mermaid smiled at him, but her heart broke in two. His wedding meant one thing: she must die. For the prince and the king's daughter wedding, the little mermaid wore a golden dress. She walked behind the bridge in the church. There was joyful music everywhere, but she didn't hear the music. She heard only one thing beside her head: today you will die. In the evening, they got onto the ship. They were sailing back to the prince's home. It was filled with food and music. On the deck, there were many colored lights. The mermaid thought, like the first time I saw the prince that night. She danced for the prince and his bride. She danced very elegantly, but her feet and her heart were in pain. The prince did not know about her pain. After that night, she would not see the prince again. Everything on the ship became very quiet. The mermaid walked quietly along the deck. She looked out into the water. This is my last night, she thought. In the morning I will die. Then she saw something in the water. It was her sister. They looked different. Their beautiful hair was gone. We all cut our hair, they said to her. We sold it to the witch. We bought you something to help you. If it's a knife, kill the prince. Then you will not die. You can become a mermaid again. You can live with us again. She took her knife for them. It was very, very sharp. She walked toward the prince's room. She went to the prince and his bride. They were sleeping peacefully. They were asleep in each other's arms. The little mermaid leaned down and kissed his cheek. She looked at the knife. Then she looked at the prince. No, she couldn't kill the prince. She loved him. So he threw the knife out in the window. It dropped into the sea. She watched it fall. She looked into the sky. The sun was rising. She quickly ran to the deck. She threw herself into the sea. She felt the cold water. I am dying, she thought. Suddenly the little mermaid felt herself above the water. She felt her body. She was in the air. She saw a beautiful being. Where I am. Who are you? What is happening? She asked them. We are the daughter of the air. They told her, we give light to people. We carry the sweet smell of flowers and perfume. You are now a daughter of the air. You were a mermaid, they continued. You tried so hard to earn a soul. The daughters of the air can live for 300 years, but by doing good. We can earn a soul. I can earn a soul. This is wonderful. She looked into the sky and thought, thank you, thank you. Now she looked toward the ship. It was sailing calmly on the ocean. Then she saw the prince and his bride. They were looking for her. Their faces were white. They looked into the sea. They looked so sad. The little mermaid went to them, of course. They could not see her. She moved her body around them. They felt the cool air move around them. She kissed the prince and his bride. Then she flew away. She joined her sister in the air. They went for doing good together. 300 years from now, the little mermaid will get a soul.